Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching The Last of Us. This episode 6 of the first season. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying it so far. If you'd like to watch today's full episode, it is available for free in the link in the description below. Just click on it, put the password in and enjoy. So last episode was fantastic, wasn't it? Probably one of the best ones that we had of the season, possibly the best. And the storyline for Sam and obviously Henry was devastating, to be honest, how he ended it. It was unexpected, ruthless, and obviously it hit the feels. Now, I thought the episode in general was just great. You know, we finally had an influx of infected. There were so many of them coming in, and we even seen a bloater for the first time. You know, I've been trying to remember the name, and it's just popped into my head then, the bloater. And it come in and it absolutely dominated, didn't it? So obviously, you know, if we like move back to the start of the episode, we see in episode 4 end with Joel and Ellie have a gun pointing to the head from Sam and Henry, and then obviously at the start of the episode, that is where we started. Now they ended up saying, look mate, we actually don't want to hurt you, we actually want the same as you, we want to get out of the city, we are like the most wanted people here, and you know, by the looks of it, you're the close second. Now you don't know how to get out, we do. We don't know how to fight our way out, you do. We see what you've done to the guys that obviously come and try to attack you when you did enter. So if we team up together, we can go down through the tunnels, we can make it out on the other side. It's a little urban industrial estate. We can make it through the houses. There's a little break into the fence. Once we get there, we can move and, you know, you can head on your way and we'll head on ours. Now, Joel's obviously reluctant to be working with people, doesn't trust them. But at the end of the day, you know, Henry's come clean. He said, look, we haven't actually ever killed anybody. We're not that type of people. I'm just obviously in this position because we have actually ended up handing over Kathleen and everybody to Fedra, as well as a brother who ended up getting killed because Sam ended up having leukemia. They was the only ones that actually had the medicine that could actually treat him, and I had to make a big call, and obviously it's left us in this position here where obviously I'm the #1 enemy now, leading to Kathleen's brother's death and obviously the handover of the leaders from their group. So you can see the reason why he wants to get out of the city. You can understand the reason why Kathleen's after him, and you know, Joel has no other choice really apart from using his knowledge and brains to, you know, get out of the city. So they've gone and took him down into the tunnels. They've made it across. You know, luckily for them, there was no infected there. His information was good that Henry had, and they come out on the other side. As it looked like it was going perfectly, somebody started shooting them from one of the top windows. Yes, he was a sniper there. He was working with Kathleen. He'd already radioed in that he'd seen them, and they was on their way. Now, the thing is, Joel's managed to sneak up and kill the sniper and obviously use it himself to shoot the truck that obviously Kathleen's coming. That's crashed into one of the houses and ended up going into one of the sinkholes, which literally, no joke, has just left thousands of infected, you know, space to come out of the ground and bolt and jet at everybody. Now, it was fast and it was quick, and they definitely didn't have a chance because he got swarmed, he was overwhelmed. Like I said, mate, when the big guy come out, that was game over. It was ripping heads off, slamming bodies, killing everybody. Kathleen didn't even manage to kill Henry, didn't even manage to kill Sam. She ended up getting jumped herself and killed by one of the clickers. Joel and Ellie, obviously Sam and Henry, did manage to get away, and he, you know, posted up in a motel at the end of the episode. And this is where it gets sad, mate, because obviously Joel, he, you know, he's kind of likes Henry now. He said, look, if you want to come to Wyoming, you know, we're going to probably have to do it on foot, but you and Henry, you and Sam, you can come with us. It'd be great for Ellie to have a friend. You could see them bonding and getting better throughout the episode. And, you know, I could do some company myself. He accepted, so it looked like it was going great. Then we cut to Sam in the bedroom with Ellie talking on his pad, and he ended up saying, do you think people who change into the infected are actually the same person inside? Before showing her the bite on his leg, which was wounding. Honestly, it really, really was. Ellie, quick thinking, showing her the bite on her arm, saying, look, mate, you know, doesn't affect everybody, but in the morning he'd already turned. He tried to attack her. Henry's got the gun. He shot Sam. You know, in the craziness of it, he's ended up getting all emotional and shooting himself in the head, and that is where the episode ended. It was mad, mate. Honestly, it was mad, but the episode was great. It really, really was. Hopefully we have more of that. Thanks for checking out today's episode. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. If you do, please smash a like. Really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, let's jump into today's episode. Like I said, mate, ruthless. 3 months later, we actually have jumped quite a bit now.
And the gun.
Who the hell are you?
Just someone passing through.
Why did you shoot him?
The gun's all the way over there.
You made him soup?
Yeah, I did. are?
Joe, come on, there's like 1,000.
Who's this little psycho?
Never mind her. I need you to tell us where we are. And your answer better be the same as your wife's.
You seen Cody?
Yeah, I got close enough. It's crawling with infected.
Yeah, Laramie and Wind River Reservation?
You got any advice on the best way west?
Yeah, go east.
If your brother's west of the river, he's gone.
You don't seriously believe them.
We've lived here a long time.
Joe? Holy shit, are you dying? But are you? Because just a reminder that if you're dead, I'm fucked.
Set up fine.
But if you think about it, I was literally thinking then, when we jumped 3 months, I was like, look, they're going all the way to Wyoming to hope that Tommy's there so that they can get a vehicle that they can take Ellie. But, you know what I mean? Like, it's 3 months. He could have easily got, like, 2 days after they'd set off, so to speak, he could have set off back to them. So they could have just been nowhere near each other anyway. I mean, realistically, he's going to be there because it's a show, but do you know what I mean? Like, it's been so long now that he could not even be in this location they're trying to get to.
Should have stolen 2 rabbits.
We can get our own rabbits.
You gonna teach me how?
Just keep moving.
I'm surprised that he hasn't actually taught her how to hunt. Essential, that, innit?
Come down from there, you're gonna break your neck.
Classic dad saying that, innit? Every time you go a little bit high, it's like, mate, you're gonna break your neck, get down.
Let's say we find the fireflies, it all works, then what? Like, what do we do?
Oh, it's a we? Maybe an old farmhouse, some land, a ranch.
What kind?
Sheep.
So, just you and a bunch of sheep.
And what about you? Where are you gonna go?
Probably because I grew up in the QZ. Behind you, there's ocean, and ahead of you, there's a wall. Or else to look but up. It'll work, right?
It's a little late to start wondering.
I tried with Sam. I rubbed some of my blood into his bite. I wanted to save him.
Well, I reckon it's a lot more complicated than that. Get some sleep. Dream of sheep ranches on the moon.
Still mumbling in your sleep. I woke up early. You were passed out, so I took second watch.
I'm responsible for you, okay?
Then don't fall asleep. What can I say, man? I'm a natural.
Wake me up next time.
Yes, sir.
Would you say having this weather's advantage for you or not? Because if you had to run it, it'd slow you down, but if they chased you, it'd slow them down, wouldn't it?
I'm learning how to whistle.
You don't know how to whistle?
Does it sound like I know how to whistle?
I don't know how to whistle.
Damn.
You're no Will Livingston.
Yeah, but who is?
Oh, look at this. You're never running, are you?
We ain't looking for any trouble. We're just passing through.
Take 5 steps back.
How about we just talk this through?
How about you shut the fuck up?
Okay.
If you're infected, he will smell it and he will rip you up.
Dogs are so clever, aren't they?
Now her.
Dogs look so scary, but could be so friendly at the same time. It's in a matter of seconds.
What's her name?
Joel.
They must know who Tommy is then, because he said that Tommy does kind of look like him in it, so I assume that they know who he is. Alright, look at this full-on village.
Tommy!
Yo, you would be buzzing, wouldn't you? If you've not seen him for time. It's good to see him happy. Look at him. See, that's where it's hitting Ellie in the feels, isn't it? Because she's thinking, like I said last episode, she wrote down that one of her biggest fears is being left alone. And then, like you said, when they were sat down around the campfire, she's like, what are you going to do? And do you know what I mean? And he said it, and he was like, what are you going to do? And kind of like not insinuated that they was going to be together. Do you know what I mean? Because he was like, we now? Do you know what I'm saying? But obviously, you can see how happy he is that he's reunited with somebody that he wants to be with, and Ellie would probably want that herself. Do you know what I'm saying? But it was good then. The infected, you know, the dog could sniff it out and go after them, but they've not been. They was around Sam and Henry, yeah, but that was 3 months ago, and it's not going to be around them now. And you know, the assumption is maybe that they could smell that on Ellie, the fact that she's been bitten before, but you know, her body's cured, so there should be no traces of it. So I knew that they'd be okay. And these have got a proper setup going. I mean, look at this. If you think about Christmas and markets and having a good time, you know, this is what you see. Well, there where I live anyway. Big setup tents like this and markets going. The vibe's just well good. Marvin, mate.
More if you need it.
Thank you, ma'am. Been a while since we've had a proper meal.
Actually, I don't think I've ever had a proper meal. Fucking amazing.
Sorry.
What?
What's wrong with you?
What about her manners?
She was just curious. Kids around here don't usually look or talk like you.
I think maybe y'all got a little off on the wrong foot.
She was gonna have her guys kill us.
It's all bark. We're just trying to scare off those who might want to try us, is all.
We're grateful for your hospitality and all, but it'd be nice to have a moment here, maybe just for family.
Maria is family, actually.
Settled here about 6 years ago. Just a handful of us back then.
How do you keep this place quiet?
Carefully. Being in the middle of nowhere helps. Not advertising what we have, saying off the radio.
So are you like in charge?
No one person's in charge. I'm on the council.
All shared. Collective ownership.
So, communism.
Nah, it ain't like that.
It is that, literally. This is a commune.
Pretty much untouched since '03, but I just got the heat going in it. Could do worse.
Oh, trust me, we have been.
We've been doing fine.
You two wanna catch up?
Thanks for still giving a shit about me. So how's Tess?
Fine. All right. The daughter of some firefly muckety-muck. I find her family somewhere out here. I was heading in this direction, so
Really?
there's a payment.
Not exactly an easy trip.
It'll be easy for us.
After I ditched the Fireflies, Maria and her crew found me. They're good people. They didn't have to take me in, but they did. And all they ask is that I follow their rules.
I'm your brother.
Yeah, I'm aware.
If you knew the shit that I've been through, Tommy, trying to find you these last few months.
I'm gonna be a father.
Oh, no way.
Maria's a few months along now, so I just gotta be more careful. I feel like I'd be a good dad.
Guess we'll find out.
Guess we'll find out. That's all you got?
What else am I supposed to say?
Just because life stopped for you doesn't mean it has to stop for me.
Go grab some supplies and be out of your hair in the morning.
Oh.
Oh, she's gonna ask who's Sarah.
Just traded for this. Go ahead, try it on.
It's super fucking purple.
Eggplant. It fits. Let me get my scissors.
Oh, whoa, no.
Trim. That's all. Just the ends. You were looking at the little memorial Tommy made?
I'm sorry about your kids.
It's okay. And kid, just Kevin. Sarah was Joel's daughter. Look, I'm not gonna ask you what you're doing with him.
Good.
But there are clearly things you don't know about Joel.
Oh, like how he used to kill people? I know about. And Tommy did it too. Are you worried about him?
Tommy was following Joel.
Oh, they say that. Everybody says everything.
Tommy, no offense.
Be careful who you put your faith in. The only people who can betray us are the ones we trust.
Yo, that's actually true, you know. I've never actually thought about that before. You can only ever get betrayed by somebody that you put your faith and trust into. You give them information that you don't want anybody to know, and you believe that you can, you know, express your feelings, or, do you know what I mean, your personal details, or just any information like the fact that Ellie's a cure, basically, to somebody that you believe will hold it and help it, and instead they just spread it and just tell everybody else, you know what I mean? Like, that is pretty good saying. Now, it's funny, isn't it? Because she's basically insinuating Joel's a bad man. Oh, yeah, he's a bad man. He's gone around, he's killed people, he's done this, he's done that. It's like, yeah, mate, but so did Tommy. Oh, well, Tommy was only following orders from Joel. Does it matter, though? Does it, really? Because all of them done the same thing. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, just because you're in a group and somebody's a leader, does that mean that everybody else who's at the back just shooting and killing everybody, it's not their fault because somebody told them to? Do you know what I mean? No, everybody makes their own decisions. They all do it. It's not just one person, it's a collective. So, do you know what I mean? Like, she's trying to make excuses for Tommy when in reality, they're both the same.
Yeah, I'm a friend of Tony's. You know, I'm an actor too.
Yeah?
Well, your mother knows.
Yeah, Joel could do with a new pair of boots. Couldn't he? Look at the state of his.
Figured I'd save you the trouble. I shouldn't have said what I said.
This ride to the university, is it a suicide mission?
No.
I saw her get bit myself. That was months ago. Months. She's immune.
From the beginning.
You would need it all laid out, wouldn't you? You actually would need it all laid out.
She hired us to smuggle her to some fireflies. We made it as far as KC. You know, she saved my life there from another kid. 5 years ago, I would have destroyed him. She had to shoot him to save me. I saw a man kill his own brother to save her. Well, I just watched. You think I can still handle things, but I'm not who I was. And I have dreams every night.
What kind of dreams?
I don't know. I'm failing in my sleep. It's all I've ever done. It's failure. And I have to leave her. You're younger than me. You're still strong. You said it yourself. You'll come back. It's the last thing I'll ever ask of you.
I'll take her out at dawn.
You better not go and spill, mate. Like he said, the only person that could betray you is people that you trust.
Ellie, I came here to talk to you.
No, why are you still here? If you're gonna ditch me, ditch me.
What exactly did you hear?
I have to leave her, you have to take her.
I made this decision for your own good. He knows the area better than I do.
Do you
and-
give a shit about me or not?
Of course I do.
Then what are you so afraid of? I'm not her, you know. Everybody I have cared for has either died or left me. everybody fucking except for you. So don't tell me that I'd be safe with somebody else, because the truth is, I would just be more scared.
You're not my daughter, and I sure as hell ain't your dad. Now come dawn, we're going our separate ways.
You're gonna go back to when he was with his kid now, and it was Christmas time. It's upsetting, that, innit? I still want to know if Tommy's spoken to her. I do, man. I really do. He was hoping it was Joel.
You came here to say goodbye or something?
No, I came here to steal one of these horses and go. You deserve a choice. I still think you'd be better off with Tommy.
Let's go.
That's good. Do you know what? I'm happy, Joel. Do you know what I mean? It's a tough decision, but you made the right one.
Head southeast till you hit I-25. There's a place for you here. Both of you.
Counting on it.
At least he's leaving here knowing that his brother's alive. It can help his mindset. Do you know what I mean? But it doesn't look like he said anything, because nobody's come and done anything to them. Nobody's gone after Ellie.
I'm not flinching. Rifle just sucks.
Okay, give it.
It isn't gonna work. It doesn't aim right. You dick.
They should have hit the O in the hole.
How about that? Made it in 5 days.
I-25.
Easy days. I don't know what Tommy was so afraid of. I don't see any fireflies though.
You're probably in the middle.
People would live here and like, what, go to classes and stuff?
Yup. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a singer.
Shut up.
Why is that funny?
We gotta sing something now.
No.
Dead for ages. Look, there's literally nothing around for a time.
Must be from the old labs. First time seeing a monkey?
First time seeing a monkey.
There's a packing list. Something you make before moving.
They just left.
Oh, it's just a monkey.
All the pins lead there. Maybe getting ahead of the weather. Better facilities. Out the back.
Still got the reflexes, though. He dodged him then, didn't he? And now he's overpowering him right now. He's killed him. Oh. Wooden as well. I mean, do you know what I mean? That's one of those classic prime examples that you can't really blame somebody for defending themselves. You see, all the time, you killed one of our... No, you only died because you chased after me, stabbed me, and I obviously managed to overpower you and kill you. It's self-defense. Now, again, it's interesting because the Fireflies are not here in this facility. It seems like everywhere they go, they're not... You know, I won't say a dead end, but do you know what I mean? It's just on to the next one, on to the next one, on to the next one. And it's funny how everything's just cleared completely out. Now, it's interesting here that these people are around. I don't know what kind of, I don't know, crew they are, or they might just be people, you know, like lone wolves, so to speak. You know what I mean? Just searching and scavenging, just kind of like how Joel and Ellie are doing it. But like I say, he's just been shivved. It was wooden as well, so he's obviously going to be in a bad way. Could definitely get infected, but not like that infected, if you know what I mean, like in terms of turning into like one of these. But he definitely is going to need some his own medication. It'd be interesting to see if he's kind of like bleeding out, / you know, fainting, lying down, losing energy. Can't really, you know, dictate where they're going and being the leader so far. And if Ellie has to step up and shows like Joel's been a decent leader and you know, all the knowledge that he's taught her and where to go and how to track and kill and stuff like that and self-survival. But again, I like how Joel actually, he did say some tight things to her, kind of, really. I'm not your dad, you know what I mean? And you're definitely not my daughter, you're nothing like her and all that stuff, like to her when he was in the facility. But it was one of them situations where he felt like he was doing the right thing for her and like that was the best way to save everybody and Ellie. But it was deep what she was saying as well. You think, I don't know, loss, you know what I mean? Everybody that I've ever loved, I've lost him. Friends, family, everything. People that I've got close to just left me, abandoned me, and just passed me on to the next one. You're so far the only person that's never done that. You know what I mean? Deep, man. It really, really is deep. So I'm glad that he made the right choice in the end and that we're rocking forward.
They're not following us. I think we're safe. Joel? Joel, no. Shit!
I guess somebody ice me.
I don't know where the fuck I'm going. What the fuck I'm gonna do. Joel.
I like that tune there. The part, did you hear it? I'm taking a ride with my best friend. I hope he never lets me down again. That was decent. I just said there, do you know what I mean? Like, it'd be interesting to see Ellie in a position where Joel is kind of on his last legs, pretty much, you know what I mean? And it's now down to her to save him. You know, he's protected her for all of this time, and now he's in his desperate time of need. You know what I mean? She's got to pull it out the bag, so to speak. Now, first of all, as soon as he fell on the floor, I would have grabbed the ice. I don't know if it would have done anything, but balled it up, and I would be pushing it onto the wound, try and freeze it or something. Usually, you get the heat, don't you? You burn it, you know, try and close the wound up. But next best thing, I would try and freeze it, stop the blood dripping out. But it's going to be interesting to see it. You know what I mean? I would really like it next episode if we get 5-10 minutes of like a little montage of like Ella, you know, dragging him into the hut, yeah, panicking, going outside, scavenging, do you know what I mean? Doing a bit of hunt, getting some food, trying to nurse him back to health, so to speak. That would be really, really good, in my personal opinion. It'd be good to see the transition of her growing as a, you know what I mean, as like a person, a hunter, a self-survivalist. Now, obviously, Joel's going to need this and nobody's around to help them. But I like the whole kind of vibe of the episode, how Joel kind of like felt like he was in a position of weakness, and that, you know, every time Ellie's been put in certain situations recently, that he's not acted quick enough and helped him, and do you know what I mean? He feels like he's no longer the best suitor to take her forward. But you know, I still think that Tommy should have come with them. Two's better than one, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like, okay, he hands it over to Tommy, he takes her, he's capable. But what if he gets into trouble? At least have a second hand there. You're not totally useless. You're just saying that you're getting older. You know what I mean? It's like going to the gym. When you're younger, in the 20s, yeah, you could pump all this iron. Get into your 40s, 50s, you could pump less. Don't mean you're not capable of doing it. You're just not as good as you was before. And having, you know, more people there to assist you and help you is better. But like, their relationship is growing. I'm liking it. And I just think the connection between Joel and Ellie is sick, me, if I'm being totally honest. I think they've casted this actually really well. Like I was saying, you know, in the first episode, before I actually watched it, I seen all on social media they was going on saying that they wasn't happy with the casting and the, you know, the characters didn't look like each other and stuff like that. But like, if you totally just put that aside and just watch the show and how it is and the story and just their acting and chemistry, it's great. And I feel like these are doing such a great job. And you know, I'm hoping that she does save him and they do get on the merry way, you know, pick up and go. And what is it, 6 episodes? We got 4 more. We didn't even need the clickers and stuff this episode and the infected, because yeah, we got it last episode. And I say the more the merrier. I do think that. But as well, if you give it in drips and drabs and you work it right, you know what I mean, like, and tell the story's great, then it doesn't need to be forced. It could be there when episodes are going slow. This one was good. I liked it. And, you know, I'm interested to see how Ellie does save Joel now. Okay, and that's going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hopefully, guys, enjoyed it. So, 6 episodes in. I don't think we've had a bad episode, if I'm being honest. We've had a couple of slow ones, you know, a filler one here and there. But, like, you can't say that the episode itself, in general, as a standalone, wasn't really entertaining to watch. You know what I mean? And the storyline is progressing really, really well. Chemistry is just building every single episode. And, you know, I really liked a couple of things that were said and done, obviously, here in today's. Especially the quote that, you know, pretty much, basically, you know, you can only be let down by somebody that you put your trust in. Do you know what I'm saying? And that is really true. You know, I never even thought of it like that. And now obviously Joel has sat down with Tommy and expressed that Ella is the cure. He expressed that, you know, he doesn't feel like he's able to take her to a location that she needs to go and that he would be the best suitor for it. But the interesting thing is, you know, he's acquired this information and so far, so good. It doesn't look like he's obviously relayed it out to his wife. Now, again, you know, we don't know what's actually happened, but dropping that line in and then obviously then Joel dropping this bomb on him, do you know what I mean? It seems like coincidental, and I'm going to be interested to see obviously how everybody reacts to it. Now, the fact is though, if you think about it, you could look at it 2 ways. If you found out that she was possibly the cure for mankind, then you would squad, well, in my opinion, you would squad up. You know, you would make her a key asset. You wouldn't just send Joel all the way over there. You would send as many capable men as you could. I would bring her into a room, a location. I would sit her down. I would say, look, mate, you know, select view. She has been bitten 5 years ago. Whatever you want to call it. 5 months ago, 5 years ago. We don't know when the first one was. But the fact is, she's still alive. She's got no symptoms. Do you know what I mean? She's good. She is secure. The Fireflies have tasked me to go and take her to this location. We want the world to be a better place, a safer place for our children and for everybody else, then we need to take this package, Ella, to where she needs to go. We need to have a small little team. We need to go and we need to make sure she's safe. Now, that's how I would approach it anyway. It's obviously you've got to express this and you've got to put your trust into other people. Like we've seen, it's tough to do that. But she's a key asset. She's probably the most important thing in the entire world. Like, literally, no joke. Like, it's not even exaggerating that. She's that important. And to just send Joel on his own for something that could save the whole of mankind is a bit... Well, I'm not going to blame him, but do you know what I mean? It's not as good and as you think it would have been. Just like as you seen then, you know, Joel managed to obviously protect himself in LA against one of the people that was coming. He got stabbed for it, but he managed to take them out. And, you know, the other guys was chasing and shooting them. Now Ellie's left in this position where she doesn't know if Joel's going to survive and she's going to be left on her own. Now she goes wondering, who else is she going to come, you know, into contact with? They're going to trust her, they're going to take her out. We've seen it in today's episode. There was a couple of times where it looked like it was a bit FN, something could happen to them. Now I did enjoy the start when he went to that, you know, that guy's house and his wife was there. They had a bit of banter and you know, they ended up obviously telling him that across this river pretty much is like, well, they said that if you go across that lake or that river, nobody ever comes back. Maybe it's because obviously they're infected and all these killed him, or maybe it's because they get inducted into the society that obviously they're running there. They've got power, do you know what I mean? They've got a dam, they've got electric, they've got hot water, they've got facilities, you know, they've got a good place, bars, cinemas, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're living the best life that you could do in this situation. But again, do you know what I mean? Tommy now knows the truth, and it's going to be interesting to see if they take longer than he's expecting. Do you know what I mean? So, like, Joel, he's gone looking for Tommy when he didn't return and make a call in the time period that he usually expects. And now, I wonder if that's going to be the same. Right, he should be back in 7 days or something by going to there. It comes to 7 days, he's not back. Should we go looking for him, get the party out? Let's go. We know she's an asset. With my brother as well, we need to go and check it and scope it out. So, it's going to be interesting to see how it goes. But overall, I think it's been a great episode. The last few have been fantastic. Season's been solid so far, and I'm excited to see how we finish. So thanks for checking out today's video. If you did enjoy it, please smash a like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.